Hello, I'm Dr. Sha-Rhonda Green. I'm a licensed clinical social worker and I have been practicing since 2004. I am passionate about helping Black women learn how to live their most best and awesome lives and to be empowered in their health and their well being. Today, I want to share with you about embracing the power and the beauty of being alone, embracing solitude. And there's a beauty to that. But first, what we need to do is kind of unpack what the differences of loneliness and aloneness are. And sometimes those words are used interchangeably. And so, one of the things that is important to me is like being able to give you the language to describe your emotions, and those things help to empower you and also help to support you in expanding your emotional vocabulary and also empowering you in your emotions and developing and enhancing your emotional intelligence. So there are some common stigmas around aloneness and loneliness. Aloneness, social isolation. Being alone is often seen as a negative state or consequence of being disconnected from society. It also seen as a lack of social skills. People who enjoy alone time might be perceived as like socially awkward or unable to interact with others. Depression or mental illness is another stigma. Aloneness is sometimes like mistakenly linked to depression, anxiety, or other mental health issues. And not to say that it's not, but sometimes that's the immediate first stigma that's associated with it. Depression, unpopularity. Being alone can be misinterpreted as a sign of unpopularity or like having a lack of friends, like not having friends. And loneliness. Some of the stigmas associated with being lonely or loneliness are shame and embarrassment. People experiencing loneliness might feel ashamed or embarrassed, or they want to hide their feelings, or they want to shrink themselves. They may be perceived as weak, like it's a sign of weakness or vulnerability, that something is wrong with you. It also can be perceived as a lack of resilience. People struggling with loneliness might be perceived as unable to cope with life challenges, like you're not strong enough, you're giving up, you don't fight hard enough, you're not praying hard enough, you're not strong enough, you're not doing all the things, all the checklists or whatever. And maybe it's because something that you didn't do is because why you're lonely, which is inhumane and it's unkind. So, another misconception or stigma is aging and decline. Loneliness is sometimes associated with aging, decline, or loss of social connections. Sometimes there may be caveats about that, but that's not the reason. That's a stigma that's associated with it, and it can be super dismissive. So, there's a fear when we talk about loneliness and aloneness. There's this fear of being judged. People might avoid talking about being alone or lonely due to the fear of being judged or being labeled as weird, sad, or pathetic. It can be perceived as a lack of fulfillment. Aloneness and loneliness are often seen as indicators of an unfulfilling life or a lack of purpose. Cultural pressure to socialize. Many cultures emphasize the importance of socializing and being around other people, making those that prefer to be alone feel like they're outliers or something's inherently wrong with them. Like, why do you want to hang out? What's going on with you? It's really important to address these stigmas so that we can work to create a more inclusive and supportive environment for individuals who experience aloneness and loneliness, and also for you to be able to talk about this openly so that you can get your needs met for connection and community, or like just you just want to be alone in your own time and like to have solitude and reflection. So the difference between loneliness and aloneness. So loneliness is a negative emotional state characterized by feelings of isolation, being disconnected from others and the world around you, sadness, emotional pain, emptiness, desperation, longing for social connection and understanding, and fear of being alone and rejected. Hopelessness, feeling tapped out, feeling trapped and unable to escape loneliness. Aloneness is the state of being alone, but not necessarily feeling lonely. It can be aloneness can be a voluntary experience, like your choice, choosing to spend time alone for self reflection, for relaxation, for personal growth. It could be very temporary. Being alone for a short period of time, such as during a solo trip or a quiet evening at home, and Aloneness is like neutral, not feeling strongly emotional about being alone, simply existing in the present moment, being mindful, being in your space, being where you are. And so some of the benefits of embracing solitude include um, increased self awareness, mental clarity, enhanced creativity, better time management, and greater independence. And embracing your solitude can also include cultivating self soothing. Solitude allows you to develop skills to calm and comfort yourself, and reducing reliance on external sources for emotional regulation. Now, emotional regulation, I'm not saying not have a community, not having people that you can lean on and support, but a part of you practicing your emotional skills also too is to be able to recognize when you are feeling dysregulated and deciding how you're going to respond to that dysregulation. Fosters self-compassion. Being alone provides an opportunity for you to practice kindness, understanding, and patience with yourself, leading to increased self-acceptance and self-love. It can enhance your intuition. Solitude can help you tune into your inner voice, trusting your instincts, and making decisions that align with your values and goals. It promotes mindfulness. Being alone encourages you to focus on the present moment, like where you are, where your feet are, letting go of the distractions and cultivating a greater sense of awareness and appreciation of your life. And it can also support personal growth. It gives you an opportunity to reflect on your experiences, your values, and your goals, looking at the patterns in your life, enhancing your critical thinking skills, facilitating self-improvement and personal evolution. So how do you practice solitude in your daily life? It doesn't require like drastic changes to your lifestyle, but I want to offer some really practical ways for you to embrace and practice solitude. One, schedule alone time. Set aside a time during your day or your week, which whether it's 10 minutes, an hour, or a whole day, and treat this time as non-negotiable. I tell my clients a lot of times, are you on your calendar? Are you on your schedule? Like literally putting your name on your calendar, like whatever you call yourself. Mary, Sarah, Jane, Chandra, Sha-Rhonda, Rhonda, Sharon, like put your name on your calendar and put you an emoji on there and say 10 minutes, whatever you decide to call it, but put your name on your calendar so you can visually see that and so that you know that you have scheduled time with yourself to show up for yourself and embracing you, embracing your time for solitude or reflection, and make it non-negotiable. Start small. Begin with short periods of solitude, such as taking a few minutes each day, each morning, to meditate, to journal, or sit quietly, or listen to some type of meditation, a guided meditation. Take time to stretch, to move. Take time to sip your whatever coffee or tea or water. Take time to sit quietly and be in the moment of an activity, of a moment of your life. And find solo activities to do, like that bring you joy, like reading, writing, drawing, painting, maybe taking a solo walk or a hike, or listening to a music or a podcast, practicing yoga, tai chi, karaoke, like doing something that's completely yours that you want to do. Creating a solo-friendly environment. Number 4, a designated, quiet, comfortable space in your home where you can retreat for solitude. Consider adding elements like plants or candles or soothing colors, water, or things that you like enjoy, like those water fountains. Sometimes that can be, and sometimes it could be as simple as you want it to be. It could just be a space that you do that. Taking solo trips, sometimes that's a weekend getaway, exploring new places, developing a sense of self-reliance and self-awareness, practicing mindfulness, focusing on your breathing, your body sensations, or any type of sensory experiences that you're having, and just learn to say no. Setting healthy boundaries politely, declining social invitations that don't feel like they align with your needs or values, or your budget, your emotional budget, or your financial budget. Remember, saying no to others means that you get to say yes to yourself. Indulge in self-care. Treat yourself to activities that nourish your mind, your body, and your soul. taking a relaxing bath, getting a massage, or enjoying your favorite meal, or lounging a little bit longer, uh, getting your whatever your favorite hair care routine is, your favorite kind of facial routine may be, your favorite kind of layering moisturization routine may be. Those are things for you to slow down and to take care of yourself and to enjoy your time to yourself. It is a personal and very individualized experience. So it's important to just practice and experiment with different activities and schedules that find that works best for you. You will find that when you give your time back to yourself and you say no to other things, that the time that you thought you didn't have, you already have it. So cheers to embracing solitude and the beauty of being alone. I'm Dr. Sha-Rhonda Green. I'm a licensed clinical social worker since 2004. And if this has been helpful to you, like and subscribe. Put a comment in the area to tell me the things that you do to take care of yourself, ways that you found that to take care of yourself during the spring, during the winter, during the fall, and what feels like things that are going to be sustainable for you. I hope you have an amazing day. Take care.